Okay, there we go. Is that better?
Better.
Yes.
Okay. All right, I have to flip this around.
Sister Caroline, where do we find millet in the U.S.?
Excuse me?
Where can we buy millet in the U.S.?
Okay, I'm going to tell you where you can buy it. That's why I'm going to show it to you right now, so you know exactly where to go and get it. So let me see. I need to, okay, here we go. Okay, I have something special for you all here. Let me turn on my light. Okay, now, okay, if you look closely here, this is called Raji flour, okay? And this millet is Raji flour is another name in the Indian language, it's called Raji. But then this is basically the millet. It looks like this. And I bought it at the Indian store. So Patel Brothers sells this, and they have lots of it. They have a smaller bag, which is maybe about $5, and then they have a bigger bag. A slightly, actually, this one was the bigger one, which is just only like $5. And just, yeah, this is it's called Raji flour. You go in this section with the flour. It's called Raji flour. It's very easy to find. And it's called Raji flour finger millet, if you notice there. So that is what I use.
Can you bake with it?
Excuse me? Yes,
bake?
you can bake with it as well, yeah.
So you
So
can
if you
use
go
it like regular flour?
You know what? I don't bake with it because in my culture, we either make porridge or we make the fufu with it. Okay. Now, in the US, if you go online, you'll find some recipes that have millet, like maybe cupcakes or something like that. They have something online, and you can Google that. So that's definitely there. The Raji flour, secondly, because it's very simple to make this porridge, and I need my water. Usually I use tap water, but you can use, depends, whatever water you want to use. And then, of course, I have my lemons for my lemons. And for the sweetener, I like to use, you can use honey, you can use any kind of sweetener. I like to use pure cane sugar because it has a certain nice taste to it. It makes me feel like I'm back home usually. So these are the ingredients that I have. But also another thing is just to let you know, instead of lemons, you can always get tamarind as well. And squeeze the juice out of the tamarind and make it with the porridge. So you don't necessarily have to use lemon, okay? The only thing with tamarind is tamarind will really make your stomach run because tamarind is very rich in a lot of fiber, more fiber, okay? But the Raji, the millet is also very rich in fiber as well. But the vitamins is just amazing what vitamins are in there. Okay? All right. So if you look here in my pot, right now I've got just the flour. Okay? And I'm gonna go ahead and pour some water in it. Hold on 1 second.
I can't see you, Caroline.
Can you see me? Well, can you see the food that I'm making? The millet?
I can see it now.
Okay.
What is it?
This is millet. So with the flour, you have to really, really make sure that I try to also use a whisker. You guys have to excuse my whisker. It's a little bit older. So I try to use a whisker to make sure that the millet is completely, with the water, all mixed up with the water. Okay? And
are you making millet porridge?
Yes,
or
I'm making millet
okay.
porridge. I'm making millet porridge. And I've introduced the products that I'm going to use in it, which is the lemons, the millet flour right there. You can get that at Patel Brothers. And I'm going to use water and just the and pure cane sugar. Okay, so it's going to look like this. Okay, and you have to keep stirring it because what happens is it starts to get kind of lumpy, and you don't want your millet porridge to be lumpy at all. It has to be smooth. Now, in my culture, anything you bring out, if it's lumpy, they're going to insult you. So you have to know how to cook your food right. Yes.
Yep. You do that home.
Yes. So you have to make sure everything you do, even when you make fufu with millet, you cannot have anything it has to be completely smooth and no lumps or no white flour showing anywhere. So what will happen is it's going to continue to cook until it gets to, I'm going to go to the next consistency, okay? Because this is going to take a little bit of time. So I already have something prepared for you all. So what happened was I have the millet that I already completed cooking it, okay? And it's going to look like this, okay? The millet porridge. If you like it watery, you can put more water in it. I don't like it too watery because you want to enjoy eating your millet with your spoon, you know? If it's too watery, then you have to drink it. Yeah, so everybody's different. Yeah. So what I did earlier on, I had some fresh lemons that I squeezed in there already, okay? And I also had, I already put a little bit of my sugar, and this millet is ready to be eaten right here. But you have to let it cook for like a good hour because it's a grain that you're cooking, and you want it to really cook well, and it has to cook well, and you can. Any questions? Did somebody else have a question?
I just have a comment.
Yes.
So when you mentioned that it can't be lumpy, and you gave the example of fufu, when we eat fufu, you don't want lumps.
Yes.
So we had a joke that we called, well, in French, we say the food has, well, in French, we say faute d'orthographe, which is typo, you know, because when you're at school and you would write, the teacher would go and find those, what you call faute d'orthographe. So mistakes, yeah. So yes, you're right. You can't cook any fufu or any porridge with the lumps. Otherwise, you know, and every time you have faute d'orthographe, it's minus a point. So you don't want to, you know.
Same.
Yeah, what happens is that as a female or a woman, if you make your porridge with lamb or your fufu with lamb, you have just with your family. So pretty much they can even abuse you and tell you to go back home to your mom, so your mom can teach you how to cook. So it's very important.
Right. So when I was growing up, it was really important when I was in the kitchen, I learned how to cook this properly. And also I did that with my daughter, and I tell her, no, it doesn't, you know, because I had to teach her how to try and make the fufu also, but also the millet porridge, okay? It's really important. So the millet porridge is ready. Hold up just like this. And it is ready for consumption. See that?
Wow.
So the